Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped to question that constant voice in your head? The one narrating, analyzing, and sometimes even criticizing your every move. What if I told you that voice isn't actually you? Stick with me, because what you're about to uncover will completely change the way you perceive your thoughts, your mind, and ultimately, yourself. The voice in your head, is it really you? From the moment you wake up, it starts. What should I wear today? Do I have time for coffee? Then as the day unfolds, it gets louder. Why did I say that yesterday? What if I mess up? What will they think of me? This endless internal dialogue feels like an inseparable part of you. It's been there your whole life, so you assume it is you. But is it? Let's test something. Have you ever had a completely random thought that surprised you? A bizarre idea that popped up out of nowhere? Or a memory that resurfaced unexpectedly? Did you consciously summon that thought, or did it just happen? That's the clue. You don't create these thoughts. You hear them. That voice in your head isn't something you control. It's like a radio station that never stops broadcasting, whether you like it or not. But here's the kicker. Just because you hear the voice doesn't mean it's telling you the truth. Sometimes it's your biggest critic, replaying failures, exaggerating fears, and constructing worst-case scenarios that never actually happen. The more you listen, the more you believe it. And that's how you get trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and worry. But what if you could break free? The hidden source of your thoughts. If the voice in your head isn't truly you, then where does it come from? The answer lies deep within your subconscious mind. Imagine your brain as a supercomputer, constantly running in the background, processing experiences, memories, and beliefs. Your subconscious is like an operating system, absorbing everything. What people say, what society expects, and what you fear. And then it spits out thoughts, shaping the voice you hear. But here's the problem. Your subconscious doesn't care about your happiness. It cares about survival. Let's say you had a bad experience with public speaking. Your subconscious files that away and later produces thoughts like, what if I embarrass myself again? I'm terrible at this. Not because it's true, but because your brain is trying to protect you. And this is where the cycle forms. The voice in your head keeps feeding you limiting beliefs, keeping you trapped in patterns of fear, doubt, and hesitation. But here's what most people don't realize. Many of these thoughts aren't even yours. They've been programmed into you by family, culture, media, and past experiences. So the question is, who's really in control? The addiction to listening. If this inner voice causes so much stress, why do we keep listening to it? Why not just tune it out? Because believe it or not, we're addicted to it. The voice gives us a sense of identity. Even when it's negative, it reinforces who we think we are. If it says you're not good enough, we accept it because it aligns with the story we've been telling ourselves for years. It's like wearing an uncomfortable pair of shoes. They hurt, but they're familiar. And familiarity creates comfort, even when it's painful. The voice isn't just a messenger, it's a storyteller. It weaves narratives about why we failed, why we're not good enough, why we'll never succeed. And the more we listen, the more real those stories feel. But here's the truth. You don't have to believe them. The illusion of control. The biggest lie your mind tells you is that you are the one controlling your thoughts. But if that were true, wouldn't you always think positive thoughts? Wouldn't you choose confidence and clarity every time? The reality is, your thoughts often spiral into fear and negativity, not because you choose them, but because your subconscious has been conditioned to focus on problems, risks, and what could go wrong. And the biggest trick of all? The voice in your head pretends to be you. It says, I'm not smart enough, I'll never be successful, I can't do this. And because it speaks in first person, you assume it must be true. But in reality, it's just an automatic mental function, no different from your heartbeat or digestion. You don't consciously beat your heart, it just happens. Similarly, thoughts arise on their own. When you realize this, everything changes. The cost of believing the voice. Listening to that voice comes with a price. Every time you buy into its stories, you reinforce its control over you. Think about the last time you hesitated on an idea, a decision, or an opportunity. What stopped you? Chances are it was that inner voice whispering doubt. What if I fail? What if they judge me? And if you listened to it, you probably backed down. This happens in every area of life: career, relationships, creativity. The voice convinces you that staying safe is better than taking a chance. But the true cost isn't just missed opportunities, it's the erosion of self-trust. Every time you let the voice override your intuition, you weaken your own confidence. But the good news? You don't have to silence the voice. You just have to stop believing it. The shift, reclaiming your true self. The moment you stop identifying with the voice, a shift begins. You realize that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that observes them. Your true self isn't the critic, the worrier, or the doubter. It's the silent presence beneath all of that noise, and the best part? You don't have to fight the voice. Fighting only makes it louder. Instead, you observe it. The next time a negative thought arises, try this pause. Notice the thought without reacting. Label it. There's my self-doubt again. Interesting. Let it pass, like a cloud drifting across the sky. Over time, this small practice creates massive change. You stop being a prisoner of your thoughts and start becoming the observer. And that's where true freedom begins. Practical steps to break free. If you're ready to break the cycle, here are some simple steps to start. Practice mindfulness. Spend a few minutes each day just sitting in silence. Focus on your breath. Notice your thoughts without engaging. Question your thoughts. When the voice says something negative, ask, is this true? Is this helpful? Most of the time, it's not. Shift your focus to the present. The voice thrives on the past and future, but it loses power in the now. Engage. Your senses, what do you see, hear, feel right now? Write it down. Journaling helps you see your thoughts objectively rather than being controlled by them. Seek support. Whether it's through meditation, therapy, or self-reflection, surrounding yourself with tools for awareness makes a easy difference. One of the most powerful realizations in life is this: you are not your thoughts. They are fleeting, ever-changing, and often irrelevant. When you stop identifying with them, you take back control. And when you do that, you open the door to a life of clarity, peace, and true freedom. It all starts with a single shift. Stop listening to the voice and start listening to you.